we lost Sayori in the previous livestream. So now we're gonna have to find out, I guess, how life without Sayori is. And to Abrar's question, this girl here, which kinda seems glitched out, used to be Sayori. Right now, you can kinda see it got bits and pieces of every other girl, like you can see Yuri's hair, Natsuki's hair, Monika's face, things like that. So something weird is happening with the game. I mean, the game ended, right, in the previous livestream. Right now, we're back to the start screen. Two weird things, though. First of all, obviously Sayori is not here, something weird going on, and the new game option has been replaced by some gibberish here. I don't know what it is, but I'm very curious to click on it and start what seems to be the real game. Let's do some chat before we keep going, though. Another day of Shakm drinking water. Oh boy, am I gonna need some water for this stream. Early this time, something. Thanks for joining early, something. Sayori got glitched, exactly, Kens. And I guess that answers a Brar question in full. Sayori broke reality again. Is it Sayori that breaks reality, though? Or is there somebody else messing with our playthrough here? We'll find out. Alright, so, Sayonara. Sayonara, says Kenzie, should be the new name for Sayori. Oh man, that joke. I've heard it a million times already, it's still funny. Alright, let's get into this. Let's see what happens if we start a new game. Remember the previous game, the normal new game, starts with you greeting Sayori, talking to Sayori and all of this. So I'm kind of wondering, what happens now? Let's see. Oh jeez, the music is going all kinds of weird already. And the text, obviously. Well, that's understandable, because the first person that talks to us usually is Sayori. But, you know, having the small problem that she's dead, yeah, she can't do that anymore, I guess. Gibberish, okay. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Yes, that's how we meet Sayori. The girl is, well, obviously not Sayori anymore, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Oh, is the game going to substitute Sayori with somebody? Like maybe Yuri, Monika, or Natsuki, the other characters? That would be interesting. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let whomever this person is catch up to me. Okay. Glitch galore! What is happening? Is it Yuri? Is it Monika? Who is it? Oh, damn. Okay, restart, I guess. Once again, then, it's an ordinary school day, like any other. I don't believe that last part. It's not like any other, definitely. Oh, let's do some chat as well. A save. I should do a save, yes. Oh, my previous saves have been deleted? Well, it's a new game, so I guess it only figures. But it isn't really a new game, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what I was hoping for. In any case, I did my save. Also, a little spoiler in the true ending, says Kenzie. I'm not gonna read that because it's a spoiler. Oh, okay, that kinda figures. I could see that happening. My favorite girl, says Mr. Jew. This glitchy text, nice. My favorite too. Up to the last stream, I guess. But we have to leave her hanging, I guess. Sadly. Anyhow, it's an ordinary day at school again, of course. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I always walk to school alone. Oh! That is cool. So the game doesn't substitute Sayori now. It actually totally takes her out of the equation, like she never existed. So I've always walked to school with Sayori becomes I've always walked to school alone now. Alright, I'm digging this. Let's see where this goes. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. I don't know, I think we've had enough girls, but suit yourself. Who needs more psychopaths? I guess we do. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hey, that's the life. That's a good life, man. Come on, keep doing that. You do not need psycho girls. There's always the anime club, but it's now like there would be any girls in it anyway. We'll see about that. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. The low-hanging fruit of clubs. Shakmonster? Oh, question mark. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's Monica. Damn! So the game is kind of throwing like these subtle jump scares. You can't really call them jump scares per se, but you know, these little glitches just to throw you off off your game, I guess. Kind of dig it, to be honest. Oh man! All right, let's see some chat as well. Try loading. Try loading? Should I save and load again? All right, let's do that. I don't know what you guys have in mind, but let's experiment a bit. Why? Well, it does the same thing. It's just brought me to the same screen. Is there anything that I'm missing? Do tell me if I reload or something. I know you can reload at the first part of the game, but we're past that, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Let's see some else. Who needs girls when you get beaches? Yes, Kens. When you have manga and anime and, I don't know, YouTube, Netflix, whatever. No psycho girls, though. Please, no. Oh, it's unavoidable at this point. All right. Monica? Hello, Monica. Oh, my goodness. I didn't expect to see you here. You didn't, really? Okay. I don't believe that. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it's been a week, but okay. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly and takes that weird position that she does. Man, that's a weird position. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. One could say Monica is a bit too perfect, right, guys? Why could that be? Why could that be? Hello, Saranj. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Oh jeez, the glitches. Oh man, I'm easily scared, guys. You kinda know that. Even the glitches get to me, Jesus. A literature club. Surprise, surprise. Literature? That sounds kind of, dull. How many members do you have so far? Hehe. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Really, Monica? There isn't 4? Are you sure there isn't 4 members? Well, I guess we'll have to take Monica's word. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Yeah, it's also hard to find members when they commit suicide one by one, I guess, but we'll see. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry, suicide... Let's move on. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yes, that would be Natsuki. We know that already. By the way, since Sayori is gone, if I get my choice of which girl to flirt with, it's probably going to be Natsuki. For anybody who's kind of new to the streams of Doki Doki Literature Club, you had like Sayori, who's the aloof one. She was my favorite, but yeah, of course, suicide and all, yes, not anymore. Natsuki is kind of the cute one, little and cute, kind of nice. Probably what I'm gonna pick in this stream. Yuri is the silent bookworm type, kind of. And Monika is obviously the perfect girl, athletic, popular, things like that. You know, the cliches of high school TV shows, I guess. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? Okay, hold on. What did I miss? Why is that weird? Let me go back to the history. She always insists that manga... Oh, okay, so we're just now discovering that there are girls in the club, I guess. Shakm didn't know that. We do, though. Hey, Shakm, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Okay, Monika. By the way, the theme of the previous live streams was we had to choose between actually 3 girls, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri, but Monika was kind of interjecting herself in the middle of conversations, like trying to steal everybody's thunder. Almost like, well, not almost, she was actually flirting with us at a few key points, which is kind of weird, because we haven't been given a choice to select Monika as our, target in this game. But I guess we'll see what happens. Let's do some chat before we move on. A psychopath, says Mr. Jew. Mr. Jew, you have to be more clear. Everybody's kind of a psychopath in this game. I'm more interested in Bang Bang Debating Club, says Kenzie. I don't know if it will come to that. I mean, we're obviously in the horror part of the game now, so maybe Bang Bang as in shooting, but not what you had in mind. Alright, let's continue, please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Oh, you could, my friend, you could. You should try it, actually. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Shakm, you know that? Ah, stop it. It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Oh, creepy time, okay. Why am I important, Monika? What are your plans with me? And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. Ah, well, we get one soul, we can spend it wherever we please, I guess. Some people like to spend it on psychopath girls. Shakm, I guess that's you. I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh, Jesus. Okay, glitch. Okay, glitch. The glitch is back, says. And I brought a guest with me. Hopefully not another glitch. No, come on. Stop it. Okay, 2 glitches in the classroom. Hey, a guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, come on, Natsuki. I'm about to romance the heck out of you. Don't resist already. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Shakm. Silent is the Shakm. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly psychopathic... No, okay, it's full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Oh, I do. Jesus, man. Shaq Monster. You threw this girl to the floor in the previous live stream and you licked her fingers. How can you not remember that, man? Moving on, I guess. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Oh, hello, Yuri. Yuri's the new vice president, guys. In the previous live streams, Sayori was the vice president, but I guess that job became suddenly vacant. So I guess Yuri assumes the role right now. How nice. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet the both of you. So, I ran into Shaq Monster in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yes, take care of the Shaq Monster, Yuri. Yeah, that would be great. I always read great in the Tony from the Kellogg's commercial voice, I don't know why. Why don't you come sit down, Shaq Monster? And before we do that, let me take a quick sip and let's do some chat as well. Now, by the way, welcome to the stream, Lone Wolf. Now, let's see, by the way, after you finish the game, says Kenzie, do you want to see all the secret poems? I've actually already seen a few of them because I was looking for Easter eggs. And boy, do I hope that we get a specific one. Like there was out of the, what Kenzie's talking about, is there are a few secret poems that display randomly throughout the game. You cannot see all of them. I think there's about 9 or 10 of them. And you only get to see about 2 or 3, I guess, each playthrough. And there is one of them that I really hope presents itself. If it doesn't, I will show you this one at the end of the game. Man, there are so many Easter eggs in this game. You know what, guys? This live stream or the next one should be the final for this game. Like, I'm going off the top of my head knowing that it's a 10-hour game, so it should be right. Whenever the end comes, we will do Easter eggs, definitely. There's a lot of them and they're very interesting. And the secret poems are just the tip of the iceberg, trust me on that. Alright, let's get back into the game. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Natsuki and Monika sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you'll feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Well, you do make it exciting. I don't know about fun. We'll see about that. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Or what way should I put it, Monika? By the way, Monika always kind of sounds like she's not a real person. Always sounds like she's kind of a computer or something like that. She says weird things at times. So I'm keeping out an eye, seeing how this develops. She always says mysterious things. And by the way, you did notice, guys, that ending the last live stream, she said, before we found Sayori dead, she said, you left Sayori hanging. She actually said that. So she does know stuff and she does hint at stuff. We just do not know the stuff beforehand, obviously. So anything that Monika says, I'm gonna be very sus about. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees, to say the least. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, and before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? What is the matter with you? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I don't know, we'll see. I guess so. Ha! Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Oh man, Monika is always putting everybody else on spot here. Like, she always kind of reveals that the other girls are interested in me. Nobody seems to be attacking Monika too much though. I don't know what is up with that. Yeah, we'll see. Let's do some chat before we move on. Okay, thanks for checking out the stream, Abrar. Have a good one. This is a mild deja vu, says Kenzie. Everything kinda looks like a deja vu here, I don't know. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Shakm, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Well, we would probably say that we've read a comic book or something, I guess, at this point. Yes, exactly, manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up, because she likes manga. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Oh well, the irresistible power of a girl's smile, I guess. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. By the way, guys, do pay attention to things that Yuri says. She's like the quiet type, and she reads a lot, and she reads quite a lot of freaky stuff. I know that for a fact by doing my research. So keep an eye, and this is kind of a pun, you'll know later why. Keep an eye out for the things she says about what she reads. My favorites are usually novels that beat deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Let me actually downgrade the music a bit, it's a bit too loud. Alright, let's continue. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Deep psychological elements, you say, Yuri. Okay. Nothing weird about that. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Of course you have. What else would you read? I read a horror book once. Oh, Shakm monster, trying to fit in desperately. Yes, exactly. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ha! I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. What do you mean, Monica? Is there something horrifying about Yuri's personality? How can horror books suit anybody's personality, really? Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Alright, see, that is why Natsuki is my girl and not Yuri. She hates horror, she loves horror. Would you really date a girl that is, I don't know, into horror that much as Yuri is? I definitely wouldn't. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Oh boy, please do not do that, Yuri. Do not show us the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. And she's silent. I guess it's the same for Yuri. So we're in a club where everybody's kind of shy about their poetry skills, I guess. Except for Monica, obviously, because Monica is perfect. Why do I circle around her breast when I say perfect? Man, I'm weird. Okay, let's move on. We all sit in silence for a moment. And let's do some chat actually before we move on. It's been a while. Let's see. Hey Maruki, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Everybody's weirded. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, and Yuri isn't very excited about that either. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. Oh, okay, I didn't expect that. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Yes, nurture the Shakm monster, Yuri. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take.